Traders, good. I'm used to saying good morning. Good evening, traders, fellow traders. What are you guys drinking tonight? We got ourselves a new bottle, which, I got a Noble Oak bottle. It's double oaked bourbon. It's meh. It's alright. Got something new. See, I like the tried and true, the consistent bottles, but I'm always thinking I need to try something new, and then I tried. I'm a little disappointed when the bottles I like, Baron would know because he's got good taste. I like the Elijah Craig, some of those small batches. All right, few things from this week we're going to point out. But first of all, congrats to Kayvon, who's in chat right. You should be in chat right now. Kayvon this week, 4 for 5 green today, consistent when you're sized correctly. So whatever that sizing is, just size that way, right? Based on your account. It's pretty much based on your account. Size appropriately for your account, and you're very profitable, and you're going to lose well, which you struggle at. But let's stop saying you struggle at that, all right? Let's start saying, rather than that being your struggle, it's the thing now that I think you've overcome, right? So I always have said my struggle is letting my winners not letting my winners run, but I've been doing that fine. So if you know sizing appropriately is going to help you to accept losers, and that's a huge thing we went over today, guys. God, we got so much to unpack for this Holy Grail strategy. So much to unpack. There's a lot from this week we need to go over. A lot of tickers today. We're going to go over these as well. Some traders this week blew up, learning a lot of lessons. Some traders had a green week. Some were flat. I mean, pretty much any outcome this week. We've seen it all in the green team. But the thing is, look, I'm going to hit you guys with some wisdom, because for some reason, when I drink, the wisdom comes. I don't know. When a bird lands on a branch, does it trust the branch or does it trust its wings? I'll give you a clue. I've never seen a branch collapse after a bird has landed on it. We have got to get to the point where we can trust our wings in trading. What does that mean? It means I'm going to accept losers. I'm going to let winners run. I'm going to display a good amount of patience, uncommon discipline. All these, we have got to trust. Got to trust our wings so we can fly, baby, in this market and be green and stay green. Mr. Kayvon in here, yo. All right, guys, what are you guys drinking? Kayvon's been drinking since like 3 hours ago or so. You told me you were ready to go. All right, so Fades hit us with a good point earlier this week. He said, do you want to make money or do you want to have a dopamine hit? Now, that hit me. That dopamine hit me right there. Let's unpack that real quick. The Holy Grail for me the last 2 days. So on Thursday I said, I'm not taking a trade until at least 11 a.m. And guess what? I was green that day, and guess what happened today? Sitting and watching a bunch fly by. I was reflecting on this, Kayvon, yesterday and today, because both days I was a little pissy, regardless of being green. I was pissy. And the days that I was red, going into a lot. And yesterday I missed a lot, and today I missed a lot. And still, it kind of irks me, but I have to sit back and reflect and say, you know what, Kevin? You waited for the setups that you thought had the highest positive rate of expectancy rate, and you were green. There were a few that you liked and didn't take because you were waiting. It was mainly VERO today. That was mainly the one that really kind of irked me. It faded all day beautifully, but you know what? I missed some, and you have got to be okay with that. You've got to be okay. I think this is the Holy Grail, guys. Hear me out. Hear me with this. I have learned it, and I'm trying to tell you guys so that you can grow your small accounts as well. Be okay with letting trades pass you by and missing out on what may be really good opportunities. We're going to unpack that. Mr. Neil in the house, Japanese, saying, all right, if you get on the wrong train, make sure you get off at the first station. Yeah, that's a good analogy for the losers. If you get on the wrong train, that would have applied really well for me on a lot of trades. On Thursday especially, RVYL, I got in really at a price I didn't like, and it started curling on around, didn't really stop out. Just didn't stop out early enough, and I knew I was on the wrong train, Neil. That quote really applies to that. So the thing is, we all make mistakes in trading. We all do. Guys, look, the gurus out there, they like to only post profits, but let me tell you, the 99% of traders that are trading in this market are there's a lot of struggles, and we're learning so much about ourselves. We have got to, you cannot. Here's a good piece of advice, guys. We're gonna start practicing offering. Hey, by the way, Neil, on that note, guys, throw out the best piece of advice you've ever had as far as trading goes, and the worst if you want to. We were going over the worst earlier, but one of the greatest pieces of advice that I think I've shared and have heard is, guys, you cannot control the market, but you can control your reaction to the market. If you let your ego trade, you're going to see decimation on your account. You cannot control what the market's going to do. In fact, I'll go as far as to say, even if you're focused on the highest positive expectancy trades, meaning at the poker table, you get a pocket pair ace hand and you say, you know what, I'm applying some more risk to this trade because it's a good hand, and more times than not, I'm going to win on this hand. You still can lose. So there's no guarantees in trading, like a lot of the gurus would like to say. Like a lot of the gurus would say, you know, we got just follow my trading system. You know, it's hard to sell a course in a chat room and all that when you're you're not selling a guarantee, right? But hey, I preach the truth. I'm a man of integrity with this trading, and I'm gonna help jumpstart your careers and go over everything I've seen, the good, bad, and the ugly, and trust me, I've seen it all. So we can go over any of it. I'm happy to share it with you. Mr. Neil, killing it on APLD. APLD has been a great trade. Swing. Good job on that swing. Better than Paul. I kept wanting to say Better Call Saul when I was reading your name. Better than Paul at softball. Okay. Yes, sir. I got some Noble Oak. It's all right. It's all right. Double oak bourbon. It's pretty good. It's not the worst, not the best. The double oaks are all right. It infuses a little bit more oak. I like some good old oak. Kayvon, you're on the rum tonight. Nice. All right. Kayvon on the rum. Take out all emotions. Neil, you lost $100,000 before. Okay. Let's get into it. MG. What's going on, MG? How are you doing? Better Call Saul. I kind of suck at trading. You know, I have definitely been sucking lately and been getting grinded out in the mornings. But I'll say, I definitely know, I think, how to teach a lot more than I know how to trade at times. And I've been doing this a long time. So as far as helping out one-on-one, I certainly know I can do that. In fact, I have a lot of people who have shared with me that I've helped them along the path. So find out for yourself if you want to. MG, I'm ready for you to get back into trading, man. We got like a week left. All right. Let's get into some more of this. Okay, a few more quotes from this week. As a short seller that I am, consider not just the high a day. Fades went over this. Not just the high a day level, but also how far off of the previous close we are. So that was a really good point he made. How high are we up based off the previous close, not just the high a day? Is there still more meat on the bone as far as meat on the bone goes? Look at this. This actually reminds me of a ticker. This reminds me of a ticker. MCTR. MCTR. This ticker went from $4 or $5 up to 56 and straight back down to 5. So if you would have seen this go up to 56, it pulled all the way down to 16 and said, you know what, we're way off the highs here. We're down 56 to 16. There's not much meat on the bone left. See, an issue that I have in trading, better than Paul. Better than Paul. I go over all my struggles, unlike all the paper traders out there. So I go over all my struggles so you guys can see them and benefit from them if you want to. If you want to benefit from learning from my mistakes, I'll gladly have you here. Mr. Whelan, Mr. Patrick Whelan. It's been a while since I talked to him, but a few years ago we did hang out a few years ago, but we have gone our separate ways. So there's still way more meat on the bone here with MCTR. 56 down to 16, and guess what? Shoots back up. You have so much more room left on this. So when Fade said that, man, that was a struggle that I have. Mr. Muhammad Saif, am I saying that right? What's going on? A struggle that I've had that you can learn from, Better Call Saul, is that I want to hit the top. And look, Kayvon, the last 2 days, what we've done here is we haven't focused on hitting the top, and guess what? We've been green. We've been green across the board because of that. So, Better Than Paul at softball has been put in timeout, unfortunately. You get those kids in the basements. Get those kids in the basement that are doing their thing. Hey, that's how you know you're getting somewhere. You get the haters on here. Kayvon, you're a moderator. You could have put him in timeout, too. Get those kids that play softball. So, that has been a struggle of mine. I've been trying to nail the tops, but guess what? Thursday, Friday wasn't focused on hitting the top, and guess what we did? We saw some green action. So, that's why we're disciplined in trading the small accounts, because we want to learn the proper way to trade rather than going all in and only having one run at it. Only having one run at it. You know, if you feel like you have a lot to learn, why would you throw all the capital you have at trading? Why would you throw everything you have at it if you think you have a lot to learn? Because then you're giving yourself one chance and one opportunity to make a run at it, and you lose it all, and you're out of the game forever. I'm okay learning slowly and learning the proper way to do this. Yeah, MCTR 56 down to $5. Absolutely a short seller's dream. Haha, Kayvon, you got me on the big TV. I love it. Love it. Yeah, absolutely, this MCTR, dude. The thing is, Neil, can you ride this thing on down as much as you can? MCTR. Uncommon patience to ride these things on down. Guys, let's talk it through. I mean, who in here would say that MCTR, you hit this thing at $50, you're going to ride this thing all the way down to $14? I know, Kayvon. Haters out in full force today. I mean, go. I don't ask anybody for any money in here. If you don't want to buy the book going over my experience over the years, don't buy it. I'm not in here selling it. This is a free stream. This is a free stream to help out the newer guys. That's what I have a passion for, just helping out the newer guys from blowing up. So many blow up. So many guys blow up, and that's what I want to assist with. And I think I do a fairly good job of that. Whereas the guys that are out there making, whether they're paper trading or not, tens of thousands of dollars per day, they're selling the dream. I'm selling the reality that this is hard work. I'm selling the reality that this is hard work. We got some haters on the channel that are in full force here tonight with nothing better to do. I'm not pushing anything. I sell things that I think are of value, but I don't push it. Going over my experience in trading. If you don't want it, that's fine. You don't have to hate on it. I've spent tens of thousands of hours watching charts, studying charts. That doesn't mean I have the necessarily the capital to risk here. I have 2 kids. I have a family. Like I cannot risk thousands of dollars when I could put that towards something for them. Does that mean I'm a bad trader? Well, I have been struggling, and this past small account, but small accounts challenges are called challenges for a reason, right? They're called challenges for a reason because your back's against the wall and there's not a lot of margin for error. I like them because I can show you exactly strengths and weaknesses with them and things to work on. Pretty much, can you size into plays, or do you need to go single entry, single exit? These are all things that are with small accounts that I think are appropriate for showing the newer traders. Again, gurus are selling the dream. I like to try to sell the reality. Is this probable? And a lot of traders are blowing up. A lot of traders are blowing up with the small accounts because you go all into one ticker, marrying one ticker. We went over that this morning, marrying one ticker. So that's not what we want to do. We want to focus in on the edge and the sum, the series of trades, not necessarily on a trade by trade basis. Now, I have evidence that most of the gurus out there are paper trading, but I don't even go into it because guess what? It's way easier to convince people. It's much easier to deceive people than convince them they're being deceived. I have seen people try to go out there and provide evidence that a lot of them are paper trading, but the sheep are relentless. I mean, they just won't believe it. Again, it's easier to deceive than to convince they're being deceived. It's not worth it. It's not worth the battle because they won't believe it anyways. Yes, but yeah, MG, the transparency. I'm very satisfied with that because guess what? I could just as easily do what a lot of those people are doing that I have met and have not met, but I'm not. So I think it's an integral part of this channel. I'm very satisfied about that. Okay, so what do we got? Baron is in the house. Good evening, good sir. Intense day, Baron. Oh, goodness. Baron, I've been so eager to just talk to you. How in the world, first of all, you had a client show up when you were in the middle of your fat trade. How in the world did you counsel somebody when you were in PHAT? I mean, you had to have been faking it just to make it. You had to have been faking it just to make it. Guys, we're getting all kinds of haters on the channel tonight, so at least the green team's rolling up. Definitely some of you are that have been here for a while are moderators, so if you see people hating, Bob, you're in here too, you're a moderator. If you start seeing people that are hating in here, just kick them. You guys are moderators. The OG team in here, you guys can kick them. You can kick them. Yeah, dude, anybody knows that if you email me, heck, you can call me. I can't throw... the OG team can get my number, but I will go over anything. I will go above and beyond to help anybody out in here without asking for anything. Without asking for anything. This is... trading is what I do. I don't know. It's in the blood. I don't have to be doing it with a lot of capital. I've done it with small cap. For me, I love the game. It doesn't matter if it's tons of money I'm trading with or little money I'm trading with. I just love being in the game. And I think I love it to the point where I want to prove to myself with the small account challenge, regardless if it's challenging, that I can do it with a small account, so I can prove to the newer guys that it's possible, but it is hella hard with a small account. And the gurus sell the dream, I sell the reality. It's not easy. Back's against the wall. Back is against the wall. But guess what? I'm doing the small account challenges until I'm growing the account and taking withdrawals. So that, to me, there's not a question about it. I may have dementia on my deathbed, and that may be when I become a very profitable trader. When I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Press the button! Bob, what you smoking on tonight? Yeah, Bob's a OG moderator. All right, let me catch up in here. Jerry, you were doing fine. You were doing fine on what ticker was it, Jerry? You were on PHAT, then you were back green on the day. What did you do? Well, Jerry, I know how to fix this pretty quick, all right? Kayvon in the building. Getting, look, I'm ending the day all kinds of green today. Thank you, Kayvon. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, sir. Keep drinking. Keep drinking that. Who knows what you'll send my way if you keep drinking. I'm just messing with you. I don't want your money. Kayvon's a good friend of mine. Thank you, though. I appreciate you. Put that into your account. You made 300 on PHAT, Jerry. Yeah, but you ended up red, though. Jerry, I gotta tell you, I was cracking up, dude. I was cutting the grass earlier, and I was just reminiscing earlier about. Jerry said literally 10 minutes before he jumped into PHAT, he was like, I don't trade these fast movers. And then 10 minutes later, I'm long PHAT. We were like, what is going on, Jerry? Jerry, the dichotomy here. The greed. Well, all right, let's get back to how to fix the I mean, look, random trading equals random results. So, I mean, you had a rule that you're not going to trade these tickers that are moving like this, and you broke it. What I've come to find out, at least the last 2 days, again, I'm sharing my experience with these tiny accounts, whether traders like it or not, and want to learn or not. We've had some haters here tonight. Don't show up to the channel if you don't want to be a part of the team. It's whatever. I mean, why come in here to hate? We are doing everything we can to help each other grow. It's been a non-patronizing group in here, and we've all just tried to help each other grow. So, Fade said earlier this week, I've been getting chopped out a ton. Been bleeding on the small account, and you guys know that I've been in the live streams every day. I've been like the stops have been literally top and bottom ticking for me like crazy. So, one thing I was doing to mitigate that is to size down and widen out the risk a bunch. But right now, I'm patiently stalking and waiting like a hawk, and that means one of the problems is when you go to a offshore broker, one of the first problems I had, and I grew an account very well. I grew an account very well before I went offshore. In a year time, I grew an account over $1,000 to over $5,000. So I've had success in trading. Offshore is where I struggle, and I'm like, I can't stop. So I found some success not being offshore, but offshore there struggles because why is that? You have the freedom to express yourselves, and guess what that freedom comes with? It comes with all of your inner struggles, all of your inner issues. We went over this morning where if you grew up where you were never told no, if you grew up you grew up in the Gen Z now, and the Gen Z's trying to trade. We had a couple Gen Zers in here just a little bit ago that follow. I don't want to hate. I don't want to get into other YouTube channels out there, but keep your thoughts to yourself, Kevin. They may or may not be following, people that are not trading live. Yeah, they're selling you the dream, and you're buying into it, and that's where they're making their money. I'm losing my money trying to tell you exactly that the dream may not be the reality that you're thinking it is. So we're honest in here. Bob, I quit smoking. It's been a week of withdrawals. Oh boy. Well, it's Friday night. Being bipolar would help with trading, Neil. I don't know. Sometimes I think I am bipolar with my trading. Baron, God, auto liquidated you at a $500 loss. Sorry to hear that, Baron. Man, you were... What's annoying with the PHAT too, Baron, today was there was apparently news that didn't even hit my skin. Like, it didn't hit Thinkorswim. Kayvon saw it on some other third-party source, but it never hit the scans, and so it actually has been holding up 850. But if you had been able to hit that again on that open of the halt, it pulled back like 4 points, so you probably would have been fine there. Jerry, you went from red to green like 6 times today. God dang it, dude. That's a roller coaster. That is a roller coaster. Muhammad, I'm long TSSI from 11 and will sell at 22, so maybe there's a chance for you to short it if you like it at 22. You're trying to give me your shares on TSSI? Let me take a look, TSSI. Nice swing. I found these swings I found a lot of success on as well. But somebody mentioned that they had been following my channel for years, and they said, Kevin, you're married to the game, and I don't know. ever since they said that. It's kind of stuck with me. I am so married to the game. It's ridiculous. Jerry broke the rules. Yeah, absolutely. So again, you got to have the rules. So this is how I help people out as well as far as the rules go. I know some good rules to apply to the accounts. The problem is that we can't really learn these rules on your... The rules have to be learned by the pain that you personally experience, not necessarily somebody else's pain. You got to learn them through your own personal pain. Bob's taking this serious, man. Quit smoking for a week, and you're doing, look, withdrawals, but you're doing good. Mr. Doug Smith, new here, enjoying your videos, especially pro. Yes, sir, Doug. Absolutely here to help along the way any way I can. Neil, drone and 8 AI stocks, these things with the sectors have lots of volume. Yeah, so the quantum plays have been making a play too, and a lot of the AI, we saw that, we've been seeing that the last few days too, months. Alright, so, man, started this live stream out having to deal with a bunch of BS. Okay, the most important thing on this whiteboard I want you guys to see. Let's see. Alright, how do we do this? Right here. You have to be a good loser. I'm not out here claiming I'm the best trader. I'm out here trying to preach my flaws and my mistakes to the newer guys so that that it can alleviate some of that from them. You got the gurus, all they talk about is profits. I'm out here focused on like rules and risk and actually the real life things for newer traders. If you cannot handle a loss well, like I said, the Gen Z guys, that never told no, it's going to be reflected on your trading account really poorly. You're going to take some big L's, some fat L's, and it's going to have bad consequences on the account, really bad. You can be growing the account, guys. The best loser wins. I've seen it many times, traders. I've seen it many times where somebody has grown an account. Somebody's grown an account really well. They'll grow it up to, they'll 10x it, let's say, and they lose it all on one trade. Lose it all on one trade. That's what happens when you marry a ticker. You can lose it all on one trade, and I've done it. I've done it enough that I know it all too well. Too familiar with that. Very, very familiar with that. So, yeah, be careful about doing that. And how do you kind of mitigate that? Well, the one thing I do, I throw the training wheels on, and I'm trying to tell you guys because I've seen it in here a lot too. Please just understand, like the quote I went over earlier, does the bird trust the branch or the wings? The bird trusts its wings to fly. Right? The bird trusts its wings to fly. You got to get to a point in trading where you can trust your own wings. Well, if you're breaking rules, you can't really trust yourself to trade well. And if you can't trust your system, then at that point it's nearly going to be gambling. If you can't even trust your system, because your system's going to be random. It's going to be randomized. You don't necessarily know what's going to happen. So what you got to do, and what I do, because I hardly trust myself with this, I apply the risk directly upon entering the trade. I think newer traders should do that. Apply the risk right when entering the trade. Baron, you ended up with a small red day after that. Very good. Staying level-headed to take a small red day. How in the world did you not go on tilt? See, that's pretty good. Baron's doing very well. And that really was a good setup you took. Sometimes that just happens. Sometimes those PHATs come around. So, great work climbing back out of that hole. Bob, nice. You had been smoking for a week and you got some business cards you're handing out as an electrician when you deliver pizzas. Dude, that's sweet, man. Going door to door, delivering the dough, and handing them a business card. See if they got any electrical issues. That's pretty sweet, man. Grinding to get these accounts going so that you can be a trader. Man, the bleed out and the chop, guys. I can't get over that. It's hard. It's hard. That's happened a lot over the last couple months for me, bleeding in the chop. So I've been so, you guys know I've been so disciplined with just setting the stops to the point where they're getting hunted. Fades brought that to my attention. He's like, dude, all right, the first hour of the day, pretty much these tickers are bouncing all around. And they're hunting stops. I mean, they're literally hunting stops and just taking out orders. We have examples of that today too. What was it? What's a ticker? What was that ticker? It's A something. See, this is why you shouldn't marry any tickers, because you can't even remember them an hour later. Several tickers this week, guys. That just we've been seeing so much choppy action the first 30 minutes, hour, all the volatility that I said the last 2 days. I'm like, look, even if I miss plays, that's okay. Even if I miss the plays, I'm okay with it, because guess what? I found some green both days, regardless of missing some plays, because taking some predictable setups. Even missing them. A-okay with that. Neil, never fall in love. Always treat the ticker like a trick short and sweet. I'm never a long-term holder. Yeah, so PDYN, look it up. Retired at 47, Neil. Nice. Very cool, Neil. So most days you're just kicking back trading, huh? That's the life. PDYN. Yeah, PDYN. So this one was a good one today, Neil. I was actually watching this one. PDYN against the 1020s. Didn't take it, but I remember this one this morning. I liked it here. I saw the resistance at 1020 putting in. 1020 pulled back down to 940. You know, there's good potential on both sides of a lot of these plays, and I've been leaving leftovers a lot of days. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting about sick of leaving leftovers, because we've just been seeing too much volume. I think with the summer action coming here, and tickers are just bouncing all around, and leftovers are just getting aggravating to deal with. Bob, I'll have 80% wins, then 2 trades wrecks all your profits, just like you said. Yeah. Bob, I know it too well, and now it's seared into your brain. So you know what not to do, but you know you have the propensity to do that. And by the way, we all can do that. That's why I like to say, you never make it, you're always making it. That's the quote I want on my tombstone, by the way. You never make it, you're always making it. I've seen a lot of success in trading. I've seen a lot of failure in trading. I've seen traders with a ton of success. I've seen traders literally make $100,000 in a year, and then the end of the year they give it all back on one trade. So, say what you want about people that are about traders out there, but okay, the one thing that irks me the most, look, we're being honest. It's the green team. We're being honest. I cannot stand getting on social media and literally you see so many threads that are like, I day traded for, I failed at day trading for 2 years, for 3 years, for 4 years until I found this strategy, and then open up the thread until this happened. Guys, it's like they try to paint this picture of as soon as something clicks and that you never have to worry again. Essentially, that's what everyone's saying out there, and it's usually because they're selling something to you. They want join my chat room. That probably irks me the most. You guys share what irks you the most. That one really irks me because it is everybody out there. So again, my saying is, you never make it, you're always making it. Again, I've seen so many traders that have made it, if you want to say that. I've found a lot of consistency, but they still will kind of go all in on one ticker because their ego. Honestly, that happens. They get to the point where maybe they are consistent. They are a consistent trader, but because now they're consistent, a new problem arises where they get an ego. They say, I can't really take a loss because I'm a profitable day trader, baby. I don't lose. And then they get short on something like, God, what was that ticker? You guys were saying, I think you were saying Ross Cameron brought up fade. Somebody was bringing that up. That went from like a few dollars to 400 and something. I mean, it was like GME style. And people blowing up. We went over a week or two ago. The E-Trade guy that blew up, trading, it was like KBIO, I think it was KBIO. He was short on that, and the thing skyrocketed. He didn't just blow up; he owed the broker like $100,000. Again, and these are profitable day traders. I mean, if you guys haven't heard that story before, let me know. So, for those that say, you know what, we call ourselves the green team in here for a reason. We're always making it. We have not ever made it. I'm never going to let you guys say, like, step into your office and say, I've made it. I'm a consistent, profitable day trader. The market can't say otherwise. Because as soon as you get to that point and you're trading that ego, the market is going to humble you and you're going to lose everything that you've made. Never define it by one trade, guys. Never define your trading career by one trade. I've seen it happen way too many times. One trade completely defines the trading career. You're never going to make it. Look, not a popular approach, but a profitable one, in my opinion. I speak a lot of unpopular facts, I think at least. Unpopular facts. But it is, I mean, it is what it is. If the gurus out there that we've had to ban from the chat tonight because we've had some haters show up tonight. They're saying, look at this guy. He's like making all this money at this prop firm, but yet they're selling the dream because they want you to sign up for the prop firm because that's where they're making all their money. It's let's not go down that rabbit hole, but that is a rabbit hole. Just know that every morning you step into your trading office, you have got to be on your A game. You've got to be very well equipped and well conditioned mentally, emotionally for the trading day. And if you're not, the market can wreck you. it can wreck you beyond belief. It can do devastating damage beyond belief to your trading account, and you guys know it, and I do too. And going on tilt mode is never good in trading, and it certainly can happen. Kneel to the moon. Yeah. Diamond hands, baby. Diamond hands. So that was one trade. That I went over this a week or two ago. That was like my biggest. You guys know I'm a contrarian trader anyway, so this shouldn't shock you. But that was my biggest per dollar trade. I shorted GME at like 250. I have a screenshot of it, and took profits. I believe it was like 100. It made $150 per share. Wasn't my largest winner. It was the largest like per share. I only had like 10 or 15 shares on that, but that was a fun ride down. That was a fun ride down. Fades finally in here. I've only referenced you like 10 times, Fades. Yeah, we've been going over a lot in here. Going over a lot. So, look, Fades brings the positive vibes. We're evolving as traders. We're learning new things. For those that are part of the green team and a part of the journey that are trying to better themselves in their trading, look, this is where we're at. We're here to help each other out. It's such a good team in here every single morning. We're helping each other find the trades, helping each other as far as risk goes, and making sure we're not doing anything stupid. All right. So Fades, we had a couple little kids show up in here that were hating on the green team earlier. So keep an eye out. Fades is a moderator too. He's got that magic button of death if anybody's acting up. Alright, so Fades, the one thing he said this week that really stuck with me. Do you want to make money or do you want a dopamine hit? Do you want to make money or do you want a dopamine hit? Now, guys, ask Fades questions away. He's one of those guys that is very consistent, and he's taken massive wins, massive losses. He's pretty much seen it all. So he's getting to the point where he's having his breakthrough in trading. I mean, he's pretty much been through everything you can go through, which is where you need to be as far as leveling up in trading. You need to go through it all. You really do. If you hadn't been through it all, all is coming your way at some point. Neil, you subscribe? Yeah, absolutely. Neil, so how long you been trading? All right, so Jerry, you gotta narrow in your trading. You traded a lot today. It sounded like you over traded. Is that a fair analysis? Red to green to red to green to red to green. Got to narrow it in a little bit. Good. Yeah. That's a fair. All right. So I've been over trading as well. Fades, what are you drinking on tonight, by the way? And Baron, did you finish that Rebel? That Rebel's some good stuff. Yeah. So guys, the dopamine is certainly there, especially with the PHAT, right? Like, I was so eager to jump into that. Oh my god. So my mentor years ago, this is what he would do. He would pretty much I'm torn in some ways. I had a mentor who for like several years straight, I only saw him have a few red days in a row. And the red days would be massive, though. Pretty much he had a huge account, and he would just size it until they pretty much started working for him. Like if something's shooting straight up, he just starts shorting it. And he has a big enough account where he can essentially just short it until it works out. Ah, man. I don't know. I see how well that works. But with a small account, it's so hard. Unless you're starting them so tiny. The single entry multiple exit approach is not an easy one to trade. In fact, it's I feel like your back's against the wall with the single entries. Like what I'm doing, the single entries make it pretty tough. But that's why I'm being so patient for the good entries. Even if I miss a lot of the move, being very patient with a lot of the entries. The problem is with that way of trading is you're going to have the outlier, which really you can lose a lot on. So, for instance, PHAT, like they would have been smacking this into oblivion. And then when it pulls back, you take profits. You pretty much just smack it until it starts working out. Yeah, the PHAT I'm looking at. Fade's drinking some Blue Moon. All right, where it all started. Very cool. Oh, Baron. There's some depth to that. There is some depth to that. The reason that's smart. See, Baron knows what he's doing. Baron knows what he's doing. That is smart. Guys, acknowledge that there's typically a reason behind everything out there. There's a reason why a lot of the gurus do not teach things such as shorting. I'm honestly surprised a lot of them get away with what they do. I mean, pumping the low float tickers on up and that kind of thing. I mean, it's so clear as day what they're doing. So manipulative. I don't. But hey, SEC, FTC, apparently they don't care. Yeah, when you have thousands of people in your chat and you say I'm buying this, that, and the other, that's like less than $1 million in the float. I mean, how do you not make money, right? That's how I was signed up to a lot of those chat rooms. I think it's not a bad idea to be signed up to a bunch of them to get the intel, to know what they're pumping and dumping. But it's not trading. You can be profitable with that, but it's not trading. Bob, yeah, Mark Douglas, Trading Psychology, such a great listen on how to control your emotions. Bob, you're in the zone, man. Not smoking, focused on your business and listening to that Trading Psychology while you're out driving around. Yeah, that's such a good listen. Very good. Yeah, Fade. So that's a good point. So biggest problem continues to be over biased on scam tickers, but the pigs are squeezing hard lately. Yeah, that's absolutely true. So many of these tickers that should not be up. For instance, what were they? It was like MCTR and then MULN. Was that it? Like tickers that should not be making the moves that they're making. Yeah, MULN, I think it was. MULN, so $5 to 26, all the way back down to 6. I mean, come on, dude. All they're doing is hunting stops. And look, this is what I'm saying is pretty much what the shorts get. Was some strategies, all they do is just they'll short it until it works. I mean, most of the time, you're going to make money at some point. Look, if you have $1 million account and you're throwing 1,000 shares at this, another 1,000 when it pops up, another 1,000. I mean, eventually you're gonna make some money on it, right? Unless it just goes GME, then you're losing a shit ton. You're losing a lot if you get liquidated, at least. Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of manipulative action across the board on tickers where maybe, they shouldn't be up, but they are. And those are the ones that's the case. It's always the tickers that they should not be up. These tickers should not be up, and they are because what? Because they get heavy short interest on them because they shouldn't be up. And then there's a lot more buying via the covering. Yep, absolutely, Neil. Look at the GameStop. Yeah, GME. It had over 100% short interest. GME had over 100% short interest. Think about that for a second. This is something we got to learn from. GME had 100% short interest on it when it was trading around like $10 and went all the way up to 500. Liquidated, dude. People lost their A's. Their A's. We'll keep PG in here. All right, what else are you guys drinking tonight? Come on, Neil. You're a bourbon guy, right? We got a lot going on. Kayvon's on the rum. Fades is on the Blue Moon. Baron, he's still on the Rebel. Kayvon. Hopefully the stream gets big enough so we can start pumping. Dude. Kayvon is a large cap trader, and then we grow the chat enough and he becomes a low float trader. Yeah, that'll be the day. I don't think there's enough people that are interested in the unpopular contrarian point of view. I don't think there's enough. A lot of the guys in here are contrarian traders. We don't necessarily buy the tickers that are up 500%. Oh, come on, Neil. Come on. Friday night, you can give in. Peer pressure. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, good job. Well, this is an AA meeting, right? The title of the video is an AA meeting, so you're in the right place. You'll get. What do you got? You got your 3-year chip. Quit drinking 3 years ago, Doug. Heck yeah. And Neil on the run too. Fade's got to have more discipline with sizing, no matter how strong the bias. Let the price action confirm, not the stock story. Yeah, guys. What? So I used to something I do now as far as fundamentals go. I call them for the OG guys. They know what I'm saying. I call them fundamentals. The news, I hardly look at it unless it's earnings. The earnings makes a difference, and phase 3 trials, that makes a difference, and of course, in the market we're in, Bitcoin. What was the ticker this morning? It was like, it came out with all this news, and then the very end of the headline was like, also we're considering a Bitcoin treasury, putting some Bitcoin in our treasury, something along those lines. Every ticker has been doing something with the Bitcoin treasury. It was that was too funny. They're all trying to do that. It started with the ASST, the AST, which let me see where she's at this point. She's faded all the way down to 590. ASST, Head and Shoulders. Baron on the Johnny Walker. There you go, Johnny Walker. Sweet, mixing it up tonight. The red label, haven't had her myself. So, yeah, it's... Jerry, you're going in and out of this chat. It's a good chat. Good. It's not... Earlier, there was a couple people that didn't think so. Phage, you've learned from the hangovers. Very fruitful. Guys, the hangover strategy is in my description. For the newer guys, you can learn how to... This trading methodology approach is so good. It's like clear risk for a lot of reward. Now, these kind of trades are not necessarily the most... Look, I'll get into it real quick. Let me pull it up. Let me just pull... this will be real quick. I don't want to bore you guys. Hangovers. Since Fades brought it up, I'm just going to go over a few hangover plays. But essentially what you're looking for is a ticker that has overbought. You're shorting it into the open and you're just fading it on down, really. Alright, so here we go. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, here's the hangover setup on full display. So this is Dollar Tree. Kayvon traded that today. DLTR, ticker that goes from 70 to 76. It opens around its previous close. It stays heavy and kind of fades. What you're looking for in this pre-market, the transparent kind of area right there, you're looking for not a lot of volume. This is a short play, so it's different than the long setup because the long setups, everybody starts off trading pretty much the same way. Everybody starts looking at like the 10 leading gappers. You know, everybody trades that way, but eventually you start looking at tickers across the board. Like, what are the previous gainers? What are some of the previous gainers from the last week even that longs are still stuck in? Again, trading is all psychology. Barron knows this very well, being the psychologist that he is. Trading is all psychology. Understand, why is somebody in this ticker where they're at, and are they stuck? It's very important to consider who's stuck in the trade. Are the short stuck or are the long stuck? Because traders are very stubborn and they don't get out of their trade. So look at these charts. These are hangover plays and they all look eerily similar, right? There's CNXC, there's DLTR. They're very weak after hours pre-market. They open up and they fade. They might get a little pop out of the gates, but a lot of these are previous gainers the prior day that open up strong. They consolidate. They go sideways. They close. Their pre-market after hours very weak. I have like 100 examples of these. There's so many. And what happens? They profit take the next day. It's a nice short. This is a good edge. And the more you trade, the more edges I think you can add to your arsenal for trading. A lot of the gurus say, just focus on like the ascending triangle or the head and shoulders or knees and toes. No, once you've been, that can lead to over trading when you're trading many edges. But over time, you want to trade different. You want to trade more hands at the poker table, right? It's like I'm folding every hand unless there's a pocket pair ace hand. No, there's other profitable hands out there to trade. There's other profitable hands out there that you can make money on. You just gotta recognize them and know it, and not be over trading. But there's many edges to trade. You don't just have to focus one setup. But I think it is important. Look, if for the newer guys that are to avoid over trading. When I went offshore, dude, I over traded so much, and clearly it's still a little bit of an issue. I think right now I've been dealing a lot of what I've been dealing with lately is FOMO in a different sense. Like, I see the plays and I used to size into them. Start with a feeler position and like work a short up on them. Like on PHAT, I would have been like hitting it multiple times, but I've been trying to avoid that. I had it like a 90% win rate doing that. But when the outlier plays showed up and I would lose a whole month in one trade, dude, I just felt like I had no control over my trading. Like I just want to feel like I have full control over my trading. And that's what I'm trying to get to. Trying to get to the point where I feel like, I at least trust myself that I know that I'm going to take good losers, stopping out well, because I apply the stop as soon as I get into the trade. And I'm not like marrying tickers, and then even if you do stop out, I've heard traders in here that struggle with this. Like, even if they do stop out, they continue to hit that ticker. It's just like, I'm gonna keep working this ticker until she complies, until she listens to me. Guys, like, that's ego trading. Put a rule on your account that says, because I don't think technical services can apply this to your trading. Like, if you emailed them, only let me trade this ticker twice. Put a rule on your trading. If you're red on a ticker once, twice, 3 times, if you lose a certain amount on a ticker, blacklist it mentally. I mean, that's going to be hard to stay disciplined with, but blacklist it. I can go over so many things, so many rules that are helpful that I've learned in my trading that have kept me from blowing up. I mean, clearly I need to work on some things to keep me from bleeding over half a year. But as far as keeping you in the game for longer than one trade, I can certainly help out as far as that goes. You got to be a good loser. You have to be a good loser in trading. That was pretty much the quote of the week. Whoever said it, Kayvon or Fades, both of you. You have got to be a good loser. If you cannot lose well in trading, you're not going to make it. You cannot bring that Gen Z mentality into trading where everybody gets a participation award for entering trades. Can you imagine that? God, dude. I don't know. I do think it's a steep uphill climb, dude. I want my son to get into trading. I want to help him out. I want him to do way better at this than me. But can you imagine Gen X, Gen Z getting into trading when they literally get rewarded for losing? It's a different generation than, the 70s, 80s, even 90s. I mean, it's a different generation. Your broker just giving you a participation award. Thank you for your liquidity. Thank you for your liquidity. We are going to rebate you the full amount back into your account. This is a free trade right here. Participation award. Yeah, I mean, trading doesn't work like that. You're going to have to lose, and you're going to have to lose really well. And that's what's going to define a great trader is, can they lose well? Because if you can't lose well, you're not going to make it. You got to eliminate the ego, embrace the risk, accept the results. Kayvon, that's what you mentioned, right? That was the first thing he said. This week he's found a lot more success when he sized down relative to his account size. He has sized down, and he's very profitable when he loses well, which he is getting very good at, he said. So, let me put it like this. You're only going to win if you lose. That's what the most successful have said in all facets of life, including Mr. Jordan himself that we went over earlier. He said, I have only won because I've lost. I've lost a game-winning shot this many times. I've lost this many games. And the only reason I have won is because I've lost. Guys, maybe you're losing with your accounts or losing with your trades, but the only reason we're going to find success in trading is if we lose, and we need to lose well, and we need to make sure we're capitalizing on it as market tuition, taking it, staying optimistic in the face of adversity. Because there's a lot of adversity in trading, not only from the haters in chat, not only from the market itself, but most importantly from within. We are our worst enemies when it comes to trading. It's bad, guys. We're the worst. We do the most damage to ourselves because you're gonna have self-doubt. The self-doubt, like what? So Armand earlier, he pointed out some great things. One is you got to have confidence in your trading system. And then you got to have patience to apply it well. Have uncommon patience to allow your winners to work for you. But guys, we have got to trust. We've got to trust in our system. But not cripple ourselves by having self-doubt in our system. Those are a lot of things. And when you start the day red especially, that can be kind of difficult too, right? You start the day red and you're like, oh boy, here we go. Now I gotta dig my way out of this hole, rather than just taking your edge and waiting patiently for it. Keith is finally here, off work. Nice. Nice. Yeah. So Keith, when are we going live again? You're ready. You're ready to go. You hope you're pooping yourself when you're 75 and still trading. Alright guys, I need a refreshment break. I could talk all night. You guys take the floor just for a second. Let me sip on this double oak noble oak here. Let me know what you guys are thinking. So the last 2 days I focused on so much patience and found success in that. I'm feeling optimistic moving forward. I'm okay with some green days with that much patience. I mean, even letting them pass me by, waiting for things to develop, finding the setups, taking them, and moving along. You got to be comfortable doing nothing. Oh my God, there's so much. See, I can't sit back and not chatter about something because I got nobody else to talk to. You guys are the lucky ones, right? I'm kidding. Maybe you're not the lucky ones. I got nobody else to talk to. I'm just rambling. My cats don't listen to me. My wife doesn't like to hear about stocks. You got to be comfortable doing nothing and just waiting on your trading setup. You become a much better trader than someone who is always active. Oh my God, dude, that hits me. That one hits me. You become a much better trader than somebody who's always active. Patience, dude. There's so many different ways to define patience paying. I would just look at it and say, you know what? Patience pays on the profit side when you're in the ticker. Please, have uncommon patience to let the profits run, at least a portion of them. But guys, the patience just to let trades pass you by and taking the predictable ones, that's a huge piece of it. That's the uncommon patience and discipline we're talking about. When you see some of these tickers making moves and you feel like you're missing out on it, you see the PHAT shooting straight up and you're like Jerry, 10 minutes before it's happening, you're saying, I don't trade this kind of stuff. And then a few minutes later, you're in it. I got to mess with you, Jerry. I got to do it. That was cracking me up. I was about to be in the same boat, by the way, Jerry, and I would have been had I not have needed to attend to my children. Another week or two, Keith, you'll be going live. So, Keith, you and Bob both, and Bob just said it. He said, I promise on everything I love. I will set stops next week on every trade. Every single trade. And if you can't set a stop, don't get involved with it. So that may mean you're not getting involved at certain hours of the day. But you got to be able to set the stop. And we got to get to the point where we're not doing like I was doing today and saying, I could have been in so and so. You're going to miss a lot of plays. So let's avoid over trading. Let's be comfortable not taking setups. Just waiting for the higher expectancy tickers to swing by. And again, you're going to miss out on a lot. And we have to be okay with that. We got to be okay with missing out. That's the nature of trading, right? We're going to miss out on some. Neil, not usually good when you're late. Oh, dude, Kayvon, dude, you took the words out of my mouth, man. That's exactly what I was actually thinking earlier. I was going over it in my head. I'm like, you know what? You found green on Thursday and Friday, Kevin. You found some green because you were literally waiting for the stocks. Literally were screaming at you. They were begging you to take them. They weren't just like, this is, a 7-2 offsuit. It's a decent hand. No, 7-2 offsuit is not a good hand. Pocket pair of deuces. It's like, I want to get involved. Before I was getting involved in a lot of things and just kind of seeing what worked and what didn't. They'd be okay hands to play. But I'm getting chopped in a lot of it, guys. Been getting chopped. So now what I'm doing, I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. And when I don't think I should wait anymore, I'm waiting more. So I'm just, seriously, I am sitting back, kicking back. And honestly, this mindset is what I think is helping me out. Telling myself, sitting here and literally telling myself, I don't want to trade. Like, a ticker needs to beg me to trade it. I want to sit here and do my homework, flip through tickers, find the good setups, but I do not want to trade unless it's screaming my name to trade it. I think that's helping me out. Man, I gotta recognize the degeneracy in me that says literally to hop into anything that freaking moves. Anything that's moving. My degeneracy says, jump in it. Ugh, so bad. So bad. But we're evolving, like Fade says. We're learning. And even if you let the PHATs pass you by, it's okay. It is okay. Because guess what? There was some news on that we weren't even privy to. Good news on it. Otherwise, it just seemed like a pump. But, yeah. Random news on that thing, but 20% short interest. You got to have rules on that stuff too. It's like shorting those plays that have plus 20% short interest, that does not help me out. That does not help the account out much. I'll put it that way. Keith, you really want to short something about 10:30ish? I think my old scanner sucked off. All right. price action determines a trade, not the time. Ish. Yeah, yeah. What are you referencing, Fades? That was funny. Today. Emmanuel. Oh, the degen demon on one side and the profitable trader on the other side. Yeah. Yeah, there's such a degen on one side that's always like egging me on, like, take the trade, take the trade. And then the other side that's saying be a profitable trader and don't go in for the dopamine, hit. That's what you went over, Fades. That was so much truth to it. Are we trading for the dopamine or are we trading for some capital? Emmanuel, will you be adding some more funds to your account? Yeah, likely. Likely I'm going to be adding some more. Let's see if I can do... If I can have, like, these $30 a day swings that I'm doing, I can make it work, Emmanuel. But there's red trades coming around the corner. It's just the nature of it. So I'm feeling good. I want to give myself a fair shot. Of course, I think with C-Pro, you probably need minimum 1,000 in here to give it a fair shot. Yeah, I'll likely be adding more in the coming weeks. The fees come out the beginning of the month, so I got, like, I don't even know how many. Let me look how many trading days we got. If I can get 30 a day for the rest of this month, might can grow it to the point where I may be all right. Yeah, we got about 15, 16 trading days left. So with both small accounts, guys, with both small accounts, I broke. Literally, there's been like a couple trades of breaking rules that have lost me like 25% on the account. It's painful. So dumb. Yeah, with this account, I lost probably at least 300 on breaking rules, and then of course probably 300 in fees. So that's the majority of it right there. Yeah. Growing the accounts is difficult, especially if you start breaking, if you break some rules. Those times I believe I was just either holding and hoping, oversizing based relative to the account size. A couple situations like that. Man, you can have decent green days. Like, I'm not really happy with today because of the VERO, but today, even with all these little tiny wins, you can get up to $100 day with tiny wins. I definitely believe it. I've seen it. You can get up to $100 day really easily with tiny wins if you're controlling your loss as well. But today there were a couple really good trades that would have paid real well. EYEN, dude. I did not see this zombie hour move on this. I did not see this zombie hour move on EYN. Unreal. See, if I would have been over trading today, I already know. I would have. I would have the propensity to do something really dumb here, like take a short against VWAP here, and then that not work out, and just get absolutely screwed on this thing. And MG's been doing so well at letting these come to him. Like MG, are you still in here? You literally would have waited on something like this for it to go all the way up to pre-market high resistance. That is how patient he's been, and taking like one trade a day. 1 or 2 trades a day is all he's been going for. And they have to come to him. He's been doing so well at that, and that is such the right approach. I feel like the profitable trader in me just has to do that. Like, wait for them. If they don't come to you, don't trade them. But where I've been messing up, and I realize it, and I think that's what the Holy Grail is moving forward, I've been getting into these way early. Not saying, you know what, I know exactly where I want it, and if it doesn't go up there, I'm not taking it. I have not said that. What I've been saying is, I know where, I know this thing could go up here to $6, but it's likely not going to happen, so I'm going to short it along the way early. And I take the early shorts, and then I get chopped out and stop out near the top. Versus waiting just for it to, the perfect setups there. Man, that is the right way of looking at it. Like this, what was the trade? It was FAAS today. FAAS was perfect, guys. I took this short up in here into the 80 cents. And 85 was my resistance line I had mapped out. I waited a long time for this one, and it came to me. And I took the short, and it hit exactly the resistance that I liked. 85, here's the past chart history on it. A lot of resistance at 85, and that was the risk. It hit it, and then I shorted it. If you just wait for these to... That's why I like what I'm doing in the mornings now. I'm literally just... I love commentating, so the first hour I'll commentate and find everything, help everybody find some good setups. I'll know every ticker that's moving. And then I can narrow in the watch list from there and just find the better setups. That's what I'm going to do moving forward. Because that's what happened today. Even though, Vero would have had the day amazing. Took some baby trades. Made some money on the day. Nothing to be too excited about, but... FAS, I tried to scale out of it. That was probably the bigger trade today, almost 20 there over those 3 trades. Scaling out. But yeah, that was letting the trade come to me. So yeah, Emmanuel, you missed it earlier. We've been talking about this a lot. We've been going over this a lot. We had a couple haters in here that we had to mute, talking about the small account and yada yada, this and that, and follow the gurus. And I told them, you know what, we keep it real in here. I'm not trying to sell a dream. I'm selling reality. And this challenges are called a challenge for a reason. They're challenging, and I want to show the journey. Whether I succeed or fail at it, I don't really consider any of it failure anyways, to be honest. I think I'm learning a lot. With these small accounts. And I can help other people not make a lot of the same mistakes. Honestly, I think it's great. We can really help each other out. And that's what the green team's been doing in here. We've been helping each other with a lot of our mistakes, and it's not a competition in here. That's what I like about it. It's not like we're not competing in here. If people are making money, we're excited for them. If people are losing money, we're helping them out. It's other than those 2 people earlier. All right, I'm going to catch up on chat and take a refreshment break. Let me know if you guys have any Other questions. Emmanuel, add funds. Last time I added funds, it took, I think it was like 2-3 business days max. Fade, you think with fees I need to size up a bit? Yeah, I mean, I want to. I just need. I think I need to re-up the account to be sizing up. Yeah, because like today it's so tiny, but it's still like 7 or 8% of this account, you know? Like the account's so tiny. I don't know if I can make it work, but I'm trying. I'm trying to see if I can make it work. Yeah, Kayvon, I got you. It's a good percentage, but it's not enough to cover fees. Yeah, it is tough. Emmanuel, these trading gurus talk about large wins can easily go against you in blown account. That's what's happening, and that's what we went over a lot tonight. A lot of the trading gurus that are selling a lot of traders the dream. Well, the new traders then go in literally max leverage, 100% buying power on one ticker because that's what the gurus do. That's one thing. That's another thing that irks me a lot. That's one thing that really irks me a lot. What was the other thing I said that irks me a lot? I got some trading pet peeves out there. Yeah, the one is like, yeah, all the threads. Emmanuel, I went over earlier. All the threads where people are like, I traded for 3 years until until this day, and then I became a profitable trader. When that's just all. My thing is you're always making it. You never make it, and you always have the capacity of blowing up your account, and you got to be on your toes rather every day. Small wins are the way to go. Easier to manage risk also. Yeah, and even Kayvon's been trading for a while. He said he's been like sizing down and it helps him. It just like it clears your vision to think more clearly. You're not clouding your judgment on it on the day at all. Yeah, if I had like a $10,000 account in here, you know what's $100 on a $10,000 account is what, like 1%. That would probably be like $100 a day. Would probably feel pretty chill on a $10,000 account. You know, like that's just a breeze. You're not going too hard. You're not going. You're not risking too much. Trade relative to your trading account size, like what feels kind of like a breeze, because then you're just going to trade less emotional. I think that's the right approach. I definitely think 100 a day is really doable on I don't know, even a few $1,000 account maybe. Kayvon, tell your wife to be a risk manager. Yeah, dude. I bet she could do a good job if she was just hanging out over your shoulder. I bet she could do a good job. Just tell her, look, tell me when I need to stop out, and she'll tap you on the shoulder. If you can find success on a small account, Bob, you can do it on a large account. I agree. That's why we're learning. We're working on all the kinks on the small account, and we're fine. I've told you guys in here before many times, like, And honestly, I've been tempted because I used to sign up to all those the low float chat room services, and I found a lot of success, like just taking the opposite side of the trade or sizing in small into the pumps. I was never happy with my trading though at all. Being a sheep, oh god, it was the worst. Like, yeah, you can make money doing it, but I was not happy with being a sheep. It's like, well, you're literally dependent on these 2,000 people in here. Without them, you're not really a profitable trader. Emmanuel, you lost 50 in fees when you wired from your bank. I wired from Wells Fargo. I think it's like 25 with Wells Fargo and 20 with CMEG. I think it was like 45 for me. Yeah, Keith, takes you 4 business days. I believe it's Wells Fargo is a little quicker than a lot of the banks. I believe Wells Fargo is their like intermediary bank, and so that's why it's a little quicker. People at the bank think you work there part-time, Keith. You're always there wiring money out. They think you're a drug dealer. Bob was trading well. 80% win rate. Made 150 starting with 270. Wow. That's going for it. That's going for it. Starting with 270 up to... starting with 270. It made 150. God, your back's against the wall at 270. And trust me, I feel it right now too. Yeah, 270's tough. Man, the small accounts are a challenge. No margin for error at all. But especially if you marry a ticker, so you're not going to do that next week. Kayvon, I've always had trouble with wanting to scale too quickly. I can be consistent, but think I should be making more than size too quickly and lose. Is it because you think, like, when you're sizing up a bit, my concern too with if you were to size up is it's gonna create more bias, so it's gonna be more difficult to stop out. I mean, maybe that's true, maybe that's not true. I'm not sure. It would create more bias. Maybe. Keith, you did too. Lost nearly 300 on one trade. You're going to find out where these market makers live. Did they top tick you too? Did they top tick you as well, and then it just shot straight down? Guys, I wish I had the magic crystal ball I could sell you. I mean, what is to be sold comes from within. What is to be sold comes from within. So the gurus can't really, they don't talk about that because obviously they need you in their chat rooms, right? But what is to be profitable comes from within you. You are your greatest supporter in trading or your greatest enemy in trading. It's really one or the other. I mean, if you can learn to create a state of mind that's unaffected by the market, the struggle is going to cease to exist. I used to say that quote all the time. If you can learn to create a state of mind that's unaffected by the market, what are the implications of that? Well, it means regardless of what the branch does, in our bird analogy, you're the bird and land on a branch. Do you trust the branch or your wings? Regardless what the branch does, you know exactly what you're going to do if that branch breaks, and that is fly away, because your trust is in your wings, not in the branch. In trading, your trust is not in each individual ticker. Your trust is in yourself, in your trading system, in your edge, and you trust yourself to react to the market regardless of what the market does. Whether it works in your favor or works not in your favor, you trust yourself enough to know exactly what you're going to do regardless of the situation. Muhammad, hate sizing up or oversizing. Yeah, probably, because it creates, it makes you. It just creates a different layer of emotions that can really mess you up. Kevon, I've held trades so long because small size and killed it. But if I was large size, I would have taken profit way quicker. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, that is the problem. Like, if you're large size, I've done that same thing many times. You just size up into a play you're more convicted in, and you're kind of trading the P&L because you're worried about it curling around, or you want to take the profits quick. Man, it's just tough. Exit trades based on the chart and price action, not how much you're up or down. Emmanuel, your first ever trading account, you had beginner's luck and then bad decisions cost me. Yeah, so, that's the process versus results-oriented trading. I mentioned that earlier today when somebody said they broke rules, but they were green on their trading day. I was like, you know what? I would rather even be red. Because if you're getting validated for your mistakes, that is going to cost you in the long run, because again, it's going to be like kind of a subliminal kind of thought in the back of your mind that's telling you, it's that degen, that degen on your shoulder that's saying, look, last time you broke your rules, you were profitable, so break them again. Like, start oversizing into this and it'll come back around and work out. Look, I'm only saying this because I've done it enough where I've lost doing this kind of a thing. I would almost rather take the L and learn the lesson, just so that we're making sure we're process oriented, saying it doesn't really, the results of this trade aren't what matter. I'm winning on this trade if I'm either way, if I'm green or red, because I'm adhering to my risk parameters, sticking to the trading plan. I've already applied the risk and have accepted the results. So you're trusting again. You're trusting yourself to react accordingly in your best interest. If you can trust yourself to do what's in the best interest of your trading account, guys, the sky is the limit. If you can trust yourself to do what's in the best interest of your trading account, the sky is the limit. Made 800 on day 2, then blew it on day 3. Following, yeah, he probably sold into you as well. There's probably a delay on the live stream, and you bought into them selling into you. Come on, you follow your plan. You're green every day. I mean, some days you're gonna be red, right? You follow your plan, you're at least going to mitigate the red days and the red trades to a minimal. Look, we're all going to have red trades. Red days are going to come our way, but they don't have to be large. They don't have to be large red days and red trades. That's what we have control over. We don't have control over each and every individual trade. We have control over, we do over each individual trade, but we don't have necessarily know which trade is going to be a winner or a loser. But we should know that it's not going to be a large loser. That's what we have control over, that we need to focus on. Yeah, Emmanuel, I don't know how large his delay is, but you bought into his pumping up that ticker. Yeah. Cave on. Okay, the rum must be hitting him. Every day he's green. If he follows his plan. Alright, this has been a good conversation tonight, guys. Again, I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic in the face of adversity. There's a lot of adversity. This is an uphill battle in more ways than one. We don't want downhill habits to prevent us from climbing upward and onward. So I'm here for you guys, regardless of the haters we accumulate on this channel. Here for you guys. So we are going to see a lot of green team. We're focusing in on our trading flaws, the mistakes we make, making sure we don't make them again, but also realizing and understanding that we don't win unless we lose. So go out there and lose. No, don't go out there. And that's kind of the message, but not the don't go out there and try to lose. But understand that losing is an integral part of the trading journey, so don't have large losses. Too funny. We have a good time in here. All right, guys. Anything you guys got? What was that IPO today? Yesterday, dude. Some of these, all you gotta do is YOLO. Those IPOs, ridiculous. Some of these guys, dude, they're just sizing in crazy amounts into these IPOs. Oh, I'm glad you think so, Emmanuel. I was a little surprised myself. Guys, when you're opening up little secret, because you got some guys drinking some other bottles tonight. Little secret. Lube up that cork, alright? If you lube up the cork, a little easier to... She slides out a little easier, alright? Listen to this. A little squeaky, but... America. Yep. I throw that in there for free. Yeah, Manuel, they were criticizing the fact that I have things I sell, like I spent several years on a book going over. That was before all this like Chat GPT stuff too, dude. where these AI programs are just writing books for people. I hand wrote this book, dude, for several years. After probably about 3 years of trading, I started writing it. Probably year 5, I was done with it. And I need to make a volume 2 of it. I need to make a volume 2. But I think they see the struggling day trader, the struggle that I have with the small accounts, and then they see me selling stuff, and they're not huge on that when they have these gurus making $20,000 in a day, where they can buy their course, and then they can make $20,000 in a day. But they're just handed the shares of the guru, and they blow up. A lot of similar stories to yours, Emmanuel, unfortunately, but there are a lot out there. Hence, I can't go there. Hence, some of them have been investigated. Let's put it that way, because most of them are losing money, not making money. Oh, fades. There are definitely groups of people, if not the market makers themselves or others that are in those rooms. Why would they not be? Why would they not be? Seriously. There are definitely spies in those rooms that are getting the intel they need for where the liquidity is going to be. Oh, absolutely. Not even a doubt about it. Definitely spies in those rooms to know where the liquidity is going to be for those pumps to short. Yeah, we need trailing stops at C-Pro. I feel like I'm going to email them about that again, because it's been a couple months since I emailed them about it. We can see if they can get some trailing stops going. All right, so with the Holy Grail in mind, here's what we're focused on, guys, come Monday morning. And by the way, Emmanuel, I'm curious to hear from you. I know you're taking the month off, but I'm curious to hear from you if you have started finding some more trading success, being more independent of those chat rooms, and just finding your own path, paving your own path. But while you're typing that, guys, trading is a long journey. The intraday day trading. You have got to unlearn so many things. I enjoy trading to the fact that literally it brings everybody to the same place. It does not matter. I mean, the older you are, probably the more wiser you are. So age may play a role. I need to rethink that one. I was going to say age doesn't matter, but it probably certainly does to a certain extent. I think the older you get, the more risk averse you get too. I'll have to think about that one before I start saying that. But come Monday morning, gonna be extremely patient. See what I can do with this tiny account, Emmanuel. Probably gonna have to top it off, but I'm going to focus right now on patience. And again, Monday, for the first hour, just let everything do their thing. Let the longs and shorts have their go of it, and just wait for the patterns to develop and see what sets up, see the positive expectancy, what comes our way for some for some profitable trading, and understanding and being comfortable with the fact that I'm going to miss out on opportunity, but that is a-okay. And that is a-okay. Being comfortable with the fact that we're going to be missing out on plays. It can be so expensive in trading to try to prove to the market that you're right. So we got to stop trusting our ego and start trusting our system to unlock the next level of trading. Again, we got to stop trusting our ego. Start trusting our system to unlock that next level. Emmanuel used to just blow accounts left and right, to be honest. Taking it slow had made you a break-even trader at the moment, which I see as a success currently. So you're in the top 10%. If you're break-even going sideways, you're in the top 10%. Welcome to the 10% club, where we just lose on fees. Yeah, 10% club's nice. I mean, the bleeding out is not so nice, but at least we're learning a lot in the slow bleeds. Some out there would say, God, I'd rather just rip the damn Band-Aid off and lose it all on one trade. No, I'd rather get all the experience under the belt. You were following the gurus and basically just funding their trades. God, dude, that makes me sick thinking about that. Yeah, I mean, and you're trading their strat. You're trading. They know what they're doing, regardless if they say don't follow me or not. But they have 2,000 people behind them jumping into a low floater. They know exactly what they're doing. They don't have to. They're just saying don't follow them to protect them from getting in legal trouble, but we know exactly what they're doing. Top it off. Bob, what do you mean it's top it off with wins? Yeah, okay, top off the fees with wins, yeah. Okay, Vaughn. Too much. There are some good rooms out there. There are some good rooms out there, but the low float pump and dump chat rooms, not a huge fan. Took the year off, then found out about C Pro. You've been going sideways. Good work, though. Really, really good work. From bleeding to going sideways. Man, it's only up from here. We're pretty much around the same path then, huh? You might be doing better than I am. It's just hard to stay on our toes, man, without breaking some rules. The breaking of a few rules, man, that can just completely wreck the account. God, it's awful. Completely wreck your account breaking a few rules. So you gotta... That's why I'm trying to focus on so much discipline here. and avoid shorting the front side, really. So even today with the fat, like this is the higher than the 20% short interest that I want to trade. But even with PHAT, dude, I mean, the 1 minute timeline when I was looking at it, it was on this pullback. 1230 dumped down 2 points and then popped up. That's what I'm looking for. Pretty much the pop up towards 1120, risking a point. It's pretty much what I'm looking for. I want the easier, clean stuff these days, guys. I just shorting into this euphoria with a small account, and then literally you're down. Like what happened to Barron happened to me so many times. That happened to me so many times, but it would be like my entire account. I'd short this, and my risk management would be poor. So I'd be in at like, this thing goes up from 470 up to like 7, and then I'd short it at 7. Then I hit it again at 8. Then I hit it again at 9, and then I blow up at 12. You know, I did that. I'm not in control anymore. You know, I'm not in control doing that. You really should size them maybe slower. But those are tough, man. Those are painful. You don't really feel necessarily in control. And this thing had hundreds of thousands of shares traded on it. But I'm not going to say I got a crystal ball or anything, but let's take a look at where it closed, and you can go back and look at what I said. Look at that 200 day. I said gonna close under that thing. 930. I think it was the 200 day. And look at that red dotted line and where she closed PHAT. Not gonna say I haven't seen this before, but I may have seen it a time or two. Closing below that 200 day. Man, trading is too much fun. Too much fun, guys. It's like the best video game ever. The manual depends. Indicator you use Bollinger Bands. Yeah, 4 up to 12, so 4 each. Yeah, thing up 300%. Yeah, guys, so we've had a good chat in here. We've gone over a ton of stuff. I mean, that's what I'm focused on Monday. Just extra patience, over-exaggerated patience to the point where I'm missing moves, which has worked out in my favor. What a move on Vero. Look at this Vero move earlier today. This thing had snap, 420 down, pop up to VWAP, perfect entry. When shorts are in control, if you want to get a short on this, pop up, VWAP 390. We were staring at this thing. Continues to sell off. And look at this death candle, 330 down to 250. Goodness gracious. What a move. What a move. All right, I'm about to hit the hay, guys. That's the plan for Monday. Thank you all for being a part of the green team. Whether you're green today, green tomorrow, or green already, you guys are all welcome. We're helping each other out to not only seek profits, but to keep the profits. Again, we're never going to make it, but we're always making it every day when we enter our trading station. Always making it. VWAP you use too. VWAP is a tried and true indicator. Very good indicator. Not much you need on your charts, guys. Don't, like I usually say, you don't need them to look like air traffic control. You just need them. You just need to use what the honestly, what the majority are using. Otherwise, they're superfluous. I mean, so what did somebody say? They were like, that's why I call fundamentals fundamentals. It's like some people they recognize and see breaking news and they buy a ticker and it doesn't move at all. And they're like, what the heck? You guys, I used to be one of those crazy people that would wake up and listen to the earnings call at like 6 in the morning. And I would hear like all this amazing news and I'd be like, I'm buying this ticker. And then all day it moved nil. Nothing. Went sideways all day. Didn't even move up and down a penny. It doesn't matter what the news is, guys. It doesn't matter what the news is at all. Because you have to have people, you have to have traders, investors that see the news and then buy it. This is why I like shorting. Because shorting is reacting based on price action that is. It is objectively there. Buying news that nobody else is going to see, what does it matter? What does it matter if you're buying news that nobody gets their hands on? Because there's going to be no volume on the ticker and it's going to go nowhere. And I did that plenty of times. Fundamentals are part of the formula, but they are not it entirely. They are not it entirely at all. There's a lot. I mean, the 3 types of analysis: fundamental, trader, and technical analysis. And they all matter to a degree, but you have got, the most important thing is volume. You have got to have price action on the ticker. It does not matter what the technicals are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anything is, except the fact that you have got to have volume on the ticker. Otherwise, it's predicting. And I did that plenty of times. Trying to buy tickers at certain levels, even on the technical indicators, that the setup might be good, but I'm the only one that's recognizing it. So, you got to have volume. Bob, have a good night. Likewise, man. We'll see you Monday morning. Kayvon, let's go. Can you laugh from trading for it? Random channel, what is going on? I like the name, the random channel. There might be someone in here that does that. I don't trade Forex, I'm not sure. Not my wheelhouse. Yeah, Manuel, I saw that. Elon and Elon Trump. Yeah, that was that bromance. That bromance ended over in one day, right? It was such a passionate relationship, wasn't it? And the passionate ones are the ones that can get ugly, aren't they? Yeah, here's that move right here. And then the tweets start coming out. The tweets started coming out. And the bears came out with them. Anything else you guys got before we wrap it up for the night? All right. Yeah, traders. Emmanuel, crazy day. Yep. It was the wild, wild west. But hey, we'll be back at it Monday. Emmanuel, you're going to be there Monday morning. I hope to see you there, Emmanuel. Finish up this noble oak that's not so noble. Baron's still in the house. Yeah, Baron, I'm feeling an all green week, man. I really am. If we have very uncommon patience, man, I'm feeling an all green week. I think we can have it. Man, if I could, dude, it's possible. It's possible even with a tiny account to have some really good days, have an all green week. I really think it's possible. Thursday and Friday were great because of the extra patience we had. So we're going to wait for him to scream. Kayvon said it. Wait for the tickers to scream, take me. I said take me. Okay. Don't think I said something else. I don't need to get in trouble. Waiting for them to say take me. And then I oblige and take them. So let's wait for that, for them to scream at us, and we will oblige and take them. That's what we're going to be doing. Otherwise, I'm not going to be overtrading. I've been overtrading so much, guys. I think we found the Holy Grail and we're turning around. I've been taking a lot of decent hands, but from now on, next week, it's only the best of the best of the best hands. Emmanuel, you'll be there Monday. Let's get it. Have a good weekend. Yep. Keith, great weekend, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys Monday morning. And keep it safe. Keep it disciplined. Stay consistently profitable this weekend if you're trading. All right, guys. Good Friday night live stream. Good AA meeting. We'll see you guys Monday morning. Weekends are awful. We'll see you guys then.